Diamond Daniel series, Almost Zero by Nikki Grimes. Chapter 1, Sneaker Heaven. Diamond Daniel was not jealous of anyone, except maybe Isabel, a girl in her class who was born with a streak of white in her hair that Diamond thought was too cool. Plus, Isabel was cute, with dimples you could swim in, which didn't help matters. Good thing I'm a better dresser, Diamond sometimes thought to herself. Not that she'd ever say that out loud. Diamond thought being mean was the most uncool thing in the universe. Monday morning, she and Isabel were standing in front of school talking when Tanya, Talisha, and Tamika, the three T's, paraded past like models on a runway, showing off their new matching hoodies. Oh, please, thought Diamond. Free snuck up behind the three T's, swishing his bony hips like he was a model too. Stop it, Free, said Diamond, trying not to laugh. Free straightened up just as Tamika turned around. Isabel covered her laughter by bending down to retie her shoes, and Diamond lowered her smiling eyes. Cool sneaks, said Diamond, noticing Tamika's pink high-top sneakers. Thanks, said Tamika. Those come in red? Asked Diamond. Red was her favorite color. Yeah, said Tamika. I saw some red ones at Sneaker Heaven. Diamond's face fell. Sneaker Heaven was expensive. She really liked those sneakers, though. Tamika could tell. Why don't you tell your mom to buy you some? Huh? Tell her. That's what I do. If I need something, I tell my mom to get it. You're kidding, right? Said Diamond. Who ever heard of telling your mom what to do? No, I'm serious. I tell her nice, but she's my mom, and it's her job to get me whatever I need. Well, thought Diamond, I guess that's true. You should try it, said Tamika. Just tell her you need some high red tops. That's it. Diamond nodded. Damaris and Free, who were standing nearby, traded looks. Don't do it, Di, said Free. If you do, your mom will pop you one, guaranteed. He's right, Di, Damaris chimed in. Oh, please, said Diamond. Shows how much you know. She'd never do that. My mom doesn't believe in corporate. My mom doesn't believe in hitting. Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. Diamond shrugged him off. That evening, when her mom was in the living room reading the funnies, Diamond marched in and cleared her throat. Mom, I need some red high-top sneakers. Is that a question? Asked Mrs. Daniel. Not exactly, said Diamond. I really need you to get me some red high-top sneakers. Diamond, the 3 pairs of sneakers you already have are just fine, said Mrs. Daniel. This isn't working, thought Diamond. I must not be doing it right. No, they are not fine, said Diamond, raising her voice. She crossed her arms and threw her shoulders back. I need red ones, and you have to get them for me. Excuse me? You're my mother, and mothers have to take care of their children, and you have to get them for me. It's your job. Diamond was practically shouting. Mrs. Daniel was silent for a moment. Is that so? She said in a quiet voice. Yes, that's so, said Diamond. Only now she wasn't so sure. Her mom's voice was scary soft. I see, said Mrs. Daniel. Diamond gulped. Well, let me give it some thought. Okay, squeaked Diamond. Diamond stood in the middle of the living room floor, bouncing from one foot to the other. She didn't know what to do next. You can set the table for dinner, said her mom. That is, if you don't mind. Oh boy, thought Diamond. I hope I'm not in big trouble. For the rest of the evening, she watched her mom, waiting to see if she was going to announce some punishment. But nothing happened. Still, Diamond had a hard time falling asleep that night. Tuesday morning, Diamond tiptoed around the house, careful not to disturb her mom. They ate breakfast together like any other day. And like any other day, her mom smiled when Diamond said goodbye. Free was on the stoop waiting for Diamond when she came out of the building. Well, asked Free, getting right to the point. Did you do it? Uh-huh, said Diamond. And? And what? Did she pop you one? Diamond rolled her eyes. I told you, my mom doesn't believe in that stuff. So how'd it go? Okay, I guess, said Diamond. I think it did. I hope it did. All Diamond knew for sure was that she didn't want to talk about it. You choose what to read for your book report? She asked Free. Huh? Oh yeah, I found this great book on Jackie Robinson. Baseball, thought Diamond. It figures. Once Free started talking baseball, he forgot about everything else. That left Diamond alone with her thoughts, and that was just fine. The rest of the school day was normal, and by the end of it, Diamond had stopped worrying about whether her mom was mad at her or not. But when she got home, she was in for a big surprise. Chapter 2, Robbed. Mom! Screamed Diamond. Somebody robbed our house! Stop screaming, child, said Mrs. Daniel. The whole building can hear you. But somebody robbed our house, said Diamond. No, said Mrs. Daniel in a calm voice. They didn't. But is the television gone? Asked Mrs. Daniel. Or the CD player? Diamond looked around the living room. The TV and CD player were there, exactly where they should be. If our house wasn't robbed, then how come all my clothes are missing? And they were. The hall closet where Diamond kept her clothes was bare. The hangers were naked as a newborn. The dresser drawers were empty, each hanging open like the tongue from a dog's mouth. The only thing left in the closet was some underwear, a pair of neatly folded pajamas, and one pair of just washed fuzzy bunny slippers. Those sat atop the dresser. What happened to all my clothes? Asked Diamond. Her mother fell into her old recliner, exhausted. She slowly kicked off her shoes one at a time. She removed her watch, carefully placed it on the end table beside her, and made herself comfy before she finally spoke. Diamond felt like shaking her. Nobody stole your clothes, Diamond, said her mother. I packed them up and took them away. Huh? Diamond did not believe her ears. Last night, you told me it was my job, as your mother, to give you what you need, remember? Diamond felt sick to her stomach. She didn't like where this was going. So I thought about it, and you were right. It is my job to give you a roof over your head, a safe place to sleep, food to eat, and clothes to wear. Diamond nodded. So far, so good. But guess what, Diamond? Nowhere does it say I have to give you more than you need. So I've decided, from now on, I'll give you exactly what you need and nothing more. Diamond's heart pounded against her chest. There are no clothes in my closet except pajamas. I can't go to school wearing pajamas. No, you can't, agreed her mother. Then what am I supposed to wear tomorrow? The same clothes you wore today, said Mrs. Daniel. Then she picked up the television remote and switched on the news. Diamond's feet were glued to the living room floor, and her mouth hung wide open. Better close your mouth or you'll catch flies, said her mom. Diamond balled her fist and made a choking sound. Then she ran to the bathroom, slammed the door as hard as she could, and plopped down on the side of the bathtub. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, muttered Diamond. Then she went to the sink and turned the water on full blast to cover the sound of her crying. Chapter 3: Mean Mom and the Mustard Stain. Wednesday morning, Diamond stomped and banged doors as loudly as she could, hoping to make her mom as mad as she was. But it didn't work. Her mom pretended not to notice. Big deal, Diamond muttered to herself. So what if I have to wear the same stupid clothes I had on yesterday? I don't care. Diamond's lies sounded pretty weak, even to herself. Diamond pulled on her red t-shirt, which had a quarter-size mustard stain on it from the bite of hot dog Free gave her at lunch the day before. Shoot, said Diamond. She went to the kitchen sink, squirted dishwashing liquid on a sponge, and dabbed at the stain. That only made the spot bigger. Crumb. Now she was really mad, but there was nothing she could do about it. She had to leave for school soon or she'd be late. She zipped on her blue jean skirt, pulled on her striped vest, and hoped the spot didn't show too much. She pulled on her stinky socks, which slouched more than clean ones did, and Diamond hated that. Get a move on, called her mom. Diamond sucked her teeth and knelt to tie her white sneakers. Her mom was at the door, holding it open. Have a good day, said Mrs. Daniel. Diamond looked at her mom like she was crazy, but she didn't say a word. She figured her mouth had gotten her in enough trouble already. What took you so long? Asked Free as soon as she hit the stoop. I almost went to school by myself. Then why didn't you? Snapped Diamond. Hey, said Free. What's wrong with you? Nothing, said Diamond. I'm sorry. Free scratched his head. The two walked a while in silence. Free studied Diamond when she wasn't looking. What happened to your shirt? Asked Free. Diamond's hand flew to the spot, still wet, peeking out from behind the vest. It had a mustard stain. I tried to wash it, but... Diamond's voice trailed off. So why didn't you just put on a different shirt? Asked Free. Because I didn't. That's why, yelled Diamond. Jeez, said Free, jumping back. All I did was ask you a question. I know, said Diamond, calmer. I guess I don't feel like talking right now. Okay by me, said Free, throwing his hands up. Later then. Without saying another word, Free jogged ahead, leaving Diamond to herself. Diamond growled, mad at herself for chasing her friend away, even madder at Tamika for her stupid idea. God, thought Diamond, let Tamika be sick today, just a little, just so she has to stay home. I don't think I could stand to see her right now. Chapter 4, Almost Zero. Naturally, the first person Diamond saw when she arrived at school was Tamika in her pink high-top sneakers. Hey, Diamond, she said. You get your red high tops yet? Diamond wished her eyes were balls of fire. That way, she could burn Tamika to the ground. No, I didn't get my red high tops, snapped Diamond. She turned to walk away just as Tamika said, Hey, didn't you wear that same shirt yesterday? Diamond fumed. She wanted to say, You know how many clothes I have in my closet now, thanks to you? Almost zero. But instead, Diamond turned on her heel and walked away. Diamond avoided Tamika for the rest of the day. At lunch, she found the table all to herself. Everything was fine until some boy goofing off behind her knocked her elbow as she was about to take a sip of her milk. She ended up with more than a mouthful. Half the container spilled down her front. Rats, said Diamond. Now her t-shirt was stained and sticky. She mopped up the milk with her napkin, which didn't help much. Her eyes filled with water, but Diamond refused to cry. Sorry, said the boy. Diamond glared at him. Sorry, he said a second time, carrying his tray to a table as far away from Diamond as possible. It's only milk, Diamond told herself. It'll dry soon. And it did. Luckily, nobody besides Tamika seemed to notice that she was wearing yesterday's outfit. At least nobody else mentioned it. By the end of the day, Diamond relaxed. Maybe this won't be so bad after all, she thought. But who was she kidding? The last thing Diamond wanted was a repeat of this day. Walking home alone that afternoon, Diamond put that big brain of hers to work to figure a way out of her problem. There has to be a way to get my clothes back, thought Diamond. By the time she reached her front door, she had a plan. Diamond was careful to be quiet as a mouse that evening. She did all her homework without complaining even once. When she was finished, she cleared her books away without being told and set the table for dinner. She put extra ice in her mom's glass and poured Mrs. Daniel's favorite diet soda. For herself, she poured milk like she was supposed to, instead of whining about wanting soda too, which is what she usually did. After dinner, she cleared the dishes and scrubbed them until they were squeaky clean. When Mrs. Daniel went to the living room to watch TV, Diamond ran ahead, grabbed the remote control, and put it in her mother's hand. The minute her mom seemed settled comfortably, Diamond cleared her throat. Mommy, said Diamond. She never called her mother Mommy unless she wanted something. Mommy, I was wondering, could I have my clothes back now, please? I'm sorry, honey, said her mom, pressing the channel changer on the remote. What did you say? Diamond took a deep breath and tried again, using a voice sweeter than cornbread. I was wondering if I could have my clothes back now, said Diamond. Oh, said Mrs. Daniel, but I thought you understood. You already have all the clothes you need. Diamond's smile slid sideways, melting quicker than a snowflake. But the clothes I have are dirty, said Diamond, beginning to whine. Well then, said her mom, looking up from the television. I guess you'd better wash them, but you should do it soon because it's almost your bedtime. Diamond ground her teeth and made a sound halfway between a growl and a scream. Her mom turned back to the television and Diamond stomped off to the bathroom. Don't pour too much detergent in the sink, warned her mother. I don't want bubbles all over my bathroom floor. Diamond slammed the door, ripped off her clothes, and filled the sink to the brim. She poured in half a cup of soap powder and stuffed her shirt, panties, and socks into the water to soak. While Diamond waited for the soap to do its job, she stomped into the living room, stark naked, and stood there in the middle of the floor, daring her mom to say something. "Sit down," said Mrs. Daniel. "You're blocking my view." What's the use, thought Diamond. She glared at her mother and marched right back into the bathroom. Diamond scrubbed her clothes until she thought they must be clean. Then she rinsed them out and hung them on a dryer rack in the bathtub. If they were still damp in the morning, she could always go to the basement laundry and toss them in the dryer. She found herself yawning, more tired than she felt in a long time. She padded to the closet, got her pajamas, and slipped them on. Her mom switched off the television and went to her bedroom. "Good night, Diamond," she said. But Diamond didn't answer. She just pulled out the sofa bed and crawled under the covers. Chapter 5. Suddenly Small. In class on Thursday, Diamond slumped down in her seat, trying her best to be invisible. She sat up straight, though, when the principal ducked into the room and handed Mrs. Cordell a piece of paper. The teacher's eyes raced across the note in her hand when she reached the bottom of the page. She gave a little gasp and shook her head from side to side. "What is it?" Diamond wondered. "Class," said Mrs. Cordell, looking up now. "Some of you may have noticed that Isabel isn't here today. Last night there was a terrible fire in the apartment house where her family lives, and their apartment was destroyed. Everyone got out safely, thank God, but the family lost everything they owned. When Isabel comes back to school next week, I want you all to be especially kind to her. And if you see her wearing the same clothes several days in a row, don't tease her or make a big deal out of it. Those are probably the only clothes she has." She looked straight at Tamika when she said that. Tamika squirmed in her seat. "What?" said Tamika. "I didn't do anything." "I am asking all of you to be thoughtful," added Mrs. Cordell, looking around at the entire class. "Just imagine how you'd feel if it were you." The teacher's words gave Diamond a twinge. She suddenly felt very small inside, making such a fuss about her mother packing up all of her clothes. At least they hadn't burned up in a fire. Plus, Diamond believed that sooner or later she'd get them back. But what about Isabel? "Is there gonna be a clothes drive or something?" asked Diamond. She forgot to raise her hand first, but Mrs. Cordell didn't seem to mind this one time. "What do you mean?" asked the teacher. "Are we all gonna collect money or clothes or something?" That was the first thing Diamond thought of because that's what they did at her church when something bad like this happened to someone they knew. "Well, Diamond, the school can't do anything officially. There are lots of people in the world who need things, and if the school chose one family to help, it wouldn't be fair to all the others." "Well, that's just silly," said Diamond without thinking. "Fair has got nothing to do with it." "Excuse me?" The teacher's voice rose. "Ooh," said one kid. "You must be itching to get sent to the principal's office." Diamond ignored him. "I mean, if we know somebody who needs help, we should help them, right?" "I don't disagree, Diamond, But fundraisers and clothing drives for individuals are not school policy. Of course, you're always free to do something on your own if you like. What can I do? Diamond asked herself. I don't have any money. Then it hit her. But I do have clothes. Somewhere. Mom did a good job of hiding them. I just hope they're somewhere close by. Chapter 6. Tales Out of School. The minute her mother walked in the door that night, Diamond ran to her. Mom, I need to go through my clothes. Not for me this time, though. A girl in my school got burned out of her apartment and she doesn't have anything left. Slow down, Diamond. Let me get in the door first. Sorry. Diamond hopped from one foot to the other, impatient for her mother to set down her purse, kick off her shoes, and settle into the recliner. That's better, Mrs. Daniel said, sighing. Now, what were you saying? Diamond told her all about the announcement her teacher made in class and all about the crazy school policy about taking up collections. Mrs. Cordell said I could do something myself if I wanted to. And I want to give Isabel some of my clothes because she doesn't have any at all. And we're the same size. So can I have my clothes back just for a little while? You can take them away again. I just want to pick out a few for Isabel, said Diamond. Diamond waited for her mother to say something. Instead, her mom just smiled. Why are you smiling? Mrs. Daniel ignored the question. Let's get dinner going. Then I'll see if I can remember what I did with all your clothes. Diamond knew her mother was kidding about remembering where her clothes were because she gave Diamond a wink when she said it. Tell me about this girl, said Mrs. Daniel over dinner. Diamond shrugged. She's a girl in my class I talk to sometimes. She's got this great white streak in her hair, and she's nice. I don't really know her as much as I know Free and Damaris, though. I see. You don't have to know somebody to help them, right? Diamond's mother flashed that slow smile again, saying nothing. After the dishes were washed and put away, Mrs. Daniel slipped out of the apartment. A few minutes later, the doorbell rang. Oh, please, said Diamond, rolling her eyes to the ceiling. Mom forgot her keys again. When Diamond opened the door, she found her mother and their neighbor, Mrs. King, both juggling armloads of boxes. Say hello to Mrs. King, said Mrs. Daniel. Good evening, Mrs. King, said Diamond. Mrs. King was nice enough to store these boxes in her extra bedroom closet. So that's where they were, thought Diamond. Well, come on, give us a hand, said her mom. Diamond was happy to grab one of the boxes. Once all of the cartons were neatly stacked in front of Diamond's closet, Mrs. King said goodnight and left. Whew, said Mrs. Daniel. Glad that's done. I'm off duty for the rest of the night, but you can go ahead and put away whatever clothes you've decided to keep for yourself. Raising an eyebrow, Diamond turned to her mother. But I thought... You thought I'd take your things away again, after all you set aside clothes for Isabel? Diamond nodded. No, honey, it's clear you've learned the lesson. Everything we have is a gift. I'm just pleased you found it in your heart to share some of your gifts with others. Diamond threw her arms around her mother's waist and squeezed tighter than she ever had before. Chapter 7. Goodbye Clothes. Diamond sorted her clothes quickly, saying goodbye to some of her favorite shirts and pants. She held up a red cardigan her mom had given her one Christmas. Diamond ran a hand over the soft sleeves and sighed. I love this sweater, thought Diamond, but it's not like I don't have plenty more. And if I love it, then Isabel will too. Diamond folded the sweater and added it to the pile. Hey, thought Diamond, now Isabel will be as good a dresser as me. Diamond wasn't sure how she felt about that. She liked looking special. What would it feel like to see Isabel in some of her favorite clothes? Diamond gave it some thought. It'll be okay, Diamond decided. Nobody looks as good wearing my clothes as I do. Little by little, the stack of clothes for Isabel grew. Diamond folded them carefully and pushed them into a brown paper shopping bag. She sighed, feeling pretty good about herself, but not for long. What about Isabel's brothers and sisters? Wondered Diamond. And what about her mom and dad? They need clothes too, and I don't have anything to fit them. Diamond had never met them, but Isabel talked about her family all the time. Diamond went to the kitchen for a glass of water. She sat at the table for a minute, sipping her water and thinking. Then she jumped up, grabbed her loose-leaf notebook, ripped out a page, and started writing. Where to find more clothes. Men's clothes. Free's dad. Mrs. King's grown son. He's away at college and won't miss anything anyway. The building super. Next list. Women's clothes. Mom, Mrs. Freeman, Miss Gracie Lee. Boys' clothes. Free, his little brother, Booker. Girls' clothes. Me. The 3 T's? Diamond looked at the list long enough to know that she needed a lot more people on it. The problem was most of the people she knew were at school, and the school would not sponsor a clothing drive. But what if I collected clothes outside of the school building? Wondered Diamond. The way she figured, that would probably be okay. Now all she had to do was let everybody know. Diamond ripped another page from her loose leaf and got busy. Isabel Martinez clothing drive. This is not a school clothing drive, in case you were wondering. In case you haven't heard, Isabel Martinez and her family got burnt out of their apartment. They lost everything, and that includes clothes. You can help. Donate some of your clothes so they'll have something to wear. Thank you. Signed, Diamond Daniel. Diamond's handwriting was not the best, so she wrote it out again, slowly this time. There, said Diamond when she was done. Now all I need is 100 more copies. Ugh. Diamond remembered seeing a copy machine at the library. Maybe she could... Diamond? Said Mrs. Daniel. Yes? Finish putting those clothes away. It's getting late. Okay, said Diamond. I'm almost done. I'll try the library tomorrow, thought Diamond. I better ask Damaris to read my flyer first to make sure it's okay. After all, she did win a writing contest. What's taking you so long? Asked Mrs. Daniel. Just have to put my shoes away, said Diamond. Shoes. Isabel needs shoes, thought Diamond. How could I forget? Mom, do we have another shopping bag? Chapter 8. A Good Cause. Diamond slipped the flyer to Damaris under the table during lunch on Friday. Read it when you get a chance, whispered Diamond. Let me know if I need to fix anything, because I need to make lots of copies, and I don't want all of those copies to have mistakes in them. Damaris peeked at the flyer, then put it away before anyone could see. How are you making copies? Library, said Diamond. They've got a copy machine. Yeah, but they charge a lot. Diamond shrugged. It's not like I have a choice. I can't make all the copies by hand. Yeah, but how are you going to pay for them? I'll use my allowance until it runs out. Oh, yeah, said Damaris, looking away. Diamond bit her lip. Shoot, she thought. I forgot. Damaris doesn't get an allowance anymore. Her mom can't afford it. Anyway, said Diamond, trying to change the subject, it won't matter how many copies I make if the writing is all wrong. You're the only writing contest winner I know, so you gotta help me. All right, quit bugging, said Damaris, but she was smiling when she said it. I'll get it back to you later. Get what back? Asked Free, plopping his lunch tray down next to them. Wouldn't you like to know? Said Damaris. She winked at Diamond and they both laughed out loud, enjoying their secret for a little while longer. Here, said Damaris, handing Diamond a piece of paper that afternoon when school let out. Wow, whispered Diamond, reading the announcement for the clothing drive. After Damaris rewrote it, the announcement was practically poetry. Titled, Isabel Martinez Clothing Drive. Isabel is a stranger, a classmate, a friend. Her family needs the shirt off your back. They lost theirs in a fire. Do you have one to spare? Do you even care? Donate clothes outside of school. If you can't find us, you're not really looking, but we are. We're looking to see if your heart is small as a pea or as big as the sky. Diamond read the announcement again and smiled. Now tell me that isn't great poetry, thought Diamond. The girls raced to the public library to use the computer. Once the announcement was typed up, they realized they could fit 3 on a page. That meant 3 times as many copies. Diamond chose the lettering, something official looking but bold. When she was done, she hit print and waited forever for the printer to spit it out. Then, copy in hand, she dug her $3.50 out of her pocket and went to the reference desk for change. We need change for this too, please, said Damaris, plunking a $5 bill on the counter. Diamond's jaw dropped. Damaris never had that much money. That's what's left over from my poetry contest prize, explained Damaris. I gave most of it to my mom, but she made me keep $10 for myself. This is what's left. But don't you want to use it for something fun? Asked Diamond. Damaris shrugged. You can't buy much with $5 these days, she said. Besides, this is for a good cause. Diamond smiled and gave her friend's shoulder a squeeze. After that, she was all business. Okay, we've got $8.50. Each copy costs 15 cents. That means we have enough for... Diamond did the math in her head. 56 copies. Times 3, said Damaris. Remember, there are 3 announcements per page. Right. So that makes it 168 copies. Whew, we better get started. Diamond placed the page on the copier glass and started feeding in the coins, 1 quarter at a time. The machine was old and cranky. It whined and clunked with every copy it spit out. The whole process took forever. Before long, there was a line of people behind Diamond and Damaris, waiting their turn to use the copier. When the reference librarian saw the long line, she walked up to Dyamonde. "Let me help you," she said, once Dyamonde told her how many copies she needed. "Give me the original page and whatever change you have left." Dyamonde handed over both. "Wait there," the librarian told her, pointing to a table with chairs. Dyamonde nodded, stepping away from the copier so that the next person could use it. Meanwhile, the librarian disappeared behind a door marked "Staff Only." Dyamonde and Damaris sat at the table whispering, wondering how long they'd have to wait. A few minutes later, the librarian returned holding a big stack of flyers. One look told Dyamonde there were way more than the 56 copies they had enough money to pay for. The librarian laid the still warm stack of copies on the table and leaned down to whisper in Dyamonde's ear. "I threw in a few extra copies," she said. "It was for a good cause." Dyamonde's eyes grew wide. She looked from the librarian to Damaris and back to the librarian. Dyamonde hardly knew what to say. "Thank you," said Damaris, for them both. "Yes," said Dyamonde, finding her voice again. "Thank you." "Now," said the librarian, "do you need some help cutting these?" Dyamonde and Damaris both nodded. The librarian smiled, laid 3 pairs of scissors on the table, and pulled up a chair to join the girls. That evening, Dyamonde called Free and told them all about her plans for a clothing drive, and about the flyer, and about how Damaris helped her with it. Free listened carefully, and when Dyamonde was done talking, Free said exactly the right thing. "So when do I get my stack of flyers to hand out?" Chapter 9, Spreading the Word. Dyamonde wasted no time. She passed out flyers all weekend, sliding one underneath the front door of every apartment in her building. Free did the same in his building, and Damaris even handed out a few at the shelter where she lived. The way she figured, if she had $5 stashed away, maybe somebody else had $1 or $2 they'd like to give to help somebody else in need. "If you never ask, you never know," said Damaris. "At least that's what my mom is always saying." On Monday, the 3 friends stood outside of the school and handed out flyers to the students on their way to class. The 3 T's took flyers, curious to see what was going on. They stood a few feet away, reading. Then Dyamonde watched as Talisha threw hers on the ground. Her friends Tanya and Tamika did the same. "Hey," snapped Dyamonde. "We worked hard for those. If you don't want yours, then give them back." Tamika, looking a little embarrassed, bent down to pick them up. She walked over to Dyamonde and held the flyers out to her. "Sorry," Tamika whispered. Dyamonde snatched the papers from her, keeping her thoughts to herself. "Shouldn't have wasted our flyers on the 3 T's in the first place," thought Dyamonde. "It's not like those fashion plates were about to give up any of their precious clothes." "Hurry up, Tamika," called Talisha. "We don't want to be late to class." "Oh, please," said Dyamonde. The 3 T's were late all the time. Forget them, thought Dyamonde. Dyamonde handed out flyers to the next batch of kids passing by. "Can they use some scarves?" asked one girl. "I got a bunch of them." "They need some turtlenecks?" asked another girl. "Who is Isabel?" asked a boy. Before Dyamonde could answer, another boy tossed his copy of the flyer in the air. "I ain't giving nobody the shirt off my back." "Nobody wants your ugly old shirt," Free shot back. Diamond just shook her head. She answered everyone's questions as best as she could and kept on handing flyers out until the first bell rang. Then she and her friends stuffed the remaining flyers in their backpacks and raced to class. Chapter 10. Pulling Together. That evening, a few of Diamond's neighbors stopped by with the first clothing donations. Diamond was so excited she could burst. She called Free to tell him, but he had news of his own. Bet you could use a few men's shirts and shoes. How about clothes for little kids? Yep, I got those too, said Free. It's working, said Diamond. My neighbors started bringing stuff too. Now if only the kids in school pitch in, we'll have plenty. Of course they will, said Free. You just watch. When Diamond left for school the following morning, Free was on the stoop waiting, like always. They started walking towards school, going slow so they'd have time to talk. So what are you gonna do with the clothes once you get them? Diamond looked at Free as if he'd sprouted two heads. What do you think I'm going to do? Give them to Isabel's family, of course. I know that, snapped Free. I mean, what are you going to put them in? I don't see you holding any bags. Oh, said Diamond. She'd forgotten about that. Let me think. Bags wouldn't hold enough. Boxes would be better. But how was she going to lug a bunch of heavy boxes all the way home from school? Got it, said Diamond. Wait for me. Before Free could say anything, Diamond sprinted back to her building and ran inside. A few minutes later, she reappeared, pulling her mother's shopping cart behind her. Good idea, said Free, waiting exactly where Diamond had left him. Free shrugged off his backpack and grabbed the cart from Diamond. What are you doing? Asked Diamond. Free plunked his backpack into the cart. No sense in wasting this thing, he said. I might as well give my back a rest. Diamond smiled, shrugged off her own backpack, and tossed it on top of Free's. You're right, said Diamond. This is a good idea. Free grunted, pulling the cart that was suddenly a whole lot heavier. Oh, quit groaning, said Diamond. It's not that heavy. Diamond felt silly dragging the shopping cart around, but she couldn't just leave it outside because someone might steal it. Lucky for her, Mr. Sampson, the janitor, offered to lock it up in his closet until the end of the day. Diamond, Damaris, and Free took their places in front of the school after the last bell. They handed out flyers like they'd been doing for days, but this time, Diamond stood next to the shopping cart, which had a sign on it reading, Clothing for Isabel. Diamond was so busy handing out flyers, she didn't notice the first person to drop something into the cart. It was a red vest, her favorite color. Diamond was almost tempted to grab it for herself, but she didn't. The vest was quickly followed by an assortment of t-shirts, jeans, pajamas. Why didn't I think of pajamas? Diamond wondered. Psst, said Damaris. Look who's coming. Diamond raised her eyes just in time to see her teacher approaching. Good afternoon, Diamond, said Mrs. Cordell. Diamond froze. Was she in trouble? Was Mrs. Cordell going to take her to the principal's office for breaking school policy? Diamond felt herself starting to sweat. You know, said Mrs. Cordell, it's a little too hot today for a jacket, don't you think? Diamond's jaw dropped when the teacher slipped off her pretty blue jacket, folded it neatly, and placed it in the shopping cart. "That's better," said Mrs. Cordell. "Thank you," said Diamond, finding her voice. "See you tomorrow," said Mrs. Cordell, walking away. "Whew," said Diamond, breathing again. "That was scary." The three T's hurried past without so much as glancing at the cart. When they reached the street corner, though, Tamika turned around for a minute. She seemed to be staring at the cart, but Diamond couldn't figure out why. "Whatever," thought Diamond. "I think that's it for today," said Free. "Okay," said Diamond. "Let's get this stuff home." Chapter 11. Brown Bag Surprise. Diamond was amazed at how her idea had caught on. People from the neighborhood pitched in, offering stuff Diamond hadn't even asked for. Dishes, pots and pans, towels, all sorts of things. She'd had to make a special trip to the supermarket just to get enough boxes to hold it all. The stacks of boxes with all the collected clothing, school supplies, and household goods were piling up in Diamond's living room. But her mother didn't even complain about the mess. In fact, each evening after she got home from work, she helped Diamond sort the donations. Diamond couldn't wait to turn it all over to Isabel and her family. One thing they'll know for sure, thought Diamond. They'll know people care. Damaris was right. She said there was love in those boxes. And there was. Diamond pulled the shopping cart to school one last time. She was still hoping for a few pairs of shoes, and she told Free and Damaris to spread the word. They set up the cart outside of school, as they had every day, and waited as students and teachers piled out. Most people who were interested had already given their donations, but one teacher dropped off some leather loafers that should fit Isabel's father, and a boy threw in some sneakers. Diamond bent down to remove the clothing for Isabel sign from the cart, ready to call it a day. "Am I too late?" asked a familiar voice. Diamond stood up to find Tamika. "Too late for what?" asked Diamond. "The clothing drive." "No," said Diamond, wondering what Tamika was up to. "We're still here, aren't we?" "Good," said Tamika. "Then here." She handed Diamond a brown paper sack and took off down the street before Diamond could say anything. "What's that?" asked Free, pointing to the paper bag. "Beats me," said Diamond. "Probably some old junk Tamika doesn't need anymore." Diamond placed the sack into the cart without bothering to look inside. Later, when she got home and had unloaded the cart, she sat on the sofa, opened the paper bag, and reached inside. She pulled out a pair of nearly new pink high-top sneakers. "I don't believe it," said Diamond. She stared at the sneakers, shaking her head, thinking back to the day she first saw them on Tamika's feet. How badly she wanted a pair. How much trouble she'd gotten herself into, trying to force her mom to buy her a pair. In red, of course. It seems so silly now. She didn't really need those sneakers, and neither did Tamika. But Isabel did, and now she'd have them. Diamond fell against the sofa, cushions, sighing. She didn't need to switch on the television, or lose herself in a book, or even call anyone. She just closed her eyes and let the warm feeling inside wrap its arms around her. Diamond had heard that it was better to give than to receive. She'd never believed it, though, until now.